It's Pat from Pastificio. I'm sure you already know who I am, but this is the inside edition, inside my kitchen here in Pastificio. I know that when you come in through that front door, you probably don't even know that we are working very hard, one door away from you. So now you can come right into the kitchen with me to see what we do on a daily basis. My wonderful son-in-law AJ is going to be assisting me in videotaping me as I will show you in different segments, different recipes, different techniques, some culinary tips. We want to have fun. So today I'm going to be preparing a meat lasagna, which you are very, very familiar with. And I would say that the lasagna is our signature dish. If you have not had it already, you must try it. Right now I want to show you that these are what the pasta sheets look like that we make. Obviously you know that our pasta is made with durum and semolina hard wheat flours, and that we don't use any white flour, so it is the very nutritional, healthy pasta that we do. And this has already been blanched, and we do cut them in larger sheets. And the reason for that is, as you see me assemble, you're going to see how easy it is and how quick it would be, rather than having little strips here and there. Now, also, we have our bechamel sauce, which I've talked to you about. This is made with 2% milk, sweet unsalted butter, and a little flour. And again, the flour is the whole wheat flour. A little salt and pepper, and that is what we use to bind our lasagna. The Northern Italian version of lasagna is made with bechamel rather than ricotta. So it is a little bit lighter and a little bit more delicate. So don't be afraid. It looks very, very creamy, but it is only 2% milk, not cream. We have our Parmigiano Reggiano cheese already fresh grated here, and this is our fresh whole milk mozzarella, which we only put a little bit of, and our signature bolognese sauce, which we will layer with our pasta. So let me go ahead and just start telling you that when we make our lasagna, we always put a little bit of sauce on the bottom of your pan. So we're going to put a little bit of sauce on the bottom of our pan and spread it around so that there are no empty spots, so that there isn't any burning at the bottom of your pan. Now we're going to take our lasagna sheet and we're going to go ahead and put it in here. And we're going to have our pizza cutters to just kind of trim the excess pasta from the sides. Doesn't have to be perfect. We'll put it back over here, and we'll be using and utilizing those sheets of pasta. Then we're going to take a spoonful of our bechamel, spread that evenly. And I find that turning the pan makes things a little bit quicker than trying to fight with the pan to get all those corners taken care of. Now, rule of thumb here at Pastificio is that we will do the bechamel and then a little bit of Parmigiano. And it doesn't matter if you do Parmigiano or mozzarella, as long as you know that you're going to have both, okay? And then we're going to take a little bit more pasta. You see how I'm going to be taking these sheets, even though they've been ripped. We're going to just cut and paste, so to speak, so that we can get every little inch taken care of. Now you're probably wondering why we put our sheets on these plastic sheets here on a baker's pan. Because when we are boiling our pasta, which is anywhere from 10 to 12 pounds at a time, they're in a large vat obviously, and then when you're done, after a couple of minutes, we take them up and throw them into a sink full of cold water so that they float around and don't stick. From that point, then you take the sheets and you lay them out on these plastic sheets so that they kind of dry off the excess water. And it makes your assembling a lot quicker and a lot easier. So when you've bought lasagna sheets from me before and I've helped you, I've always told you that after you boil them, you just take them and lay them out on towels, or if you want, you can take fruit sheets that are approved for food and lay them out like we do here. I'm going to take some of our bolognese sauce and put that on next. Again, spread it around. You can see I'm turning my pan, working with me, not against me. There we go. Now I'm going to put a little bit of mozzarella. You don't want to put a lot, you're only going to just use it to kind of give it that extra creaminess. I'm going to go back, take another sheet, fit it, and we're going to cut and paste a little bit. We're going to go back and do our bechamel. Now the lasagna is not hard to assemble, it's just of course getting all the pieces made prior to. So you would have to have a good bolognese sauce made, you're going to have to get your bechamel made, your pasta obviously, and then you grate your cheeses fresh. So it is very time consuming and labor intensive, but the end result is amazing. So since I told you earlier that it doesn't matter if you put Parmigiano Reggiano or mozzarella on each layer first, you're going to alternate. So I'm going to show you that this time, rather than doing the Parmigiano Reggiano on the bechamel, I'm going to just do the mozzarella, just so that it shows you to be comfortable and not to worry if you're doing it at home and you're going, oh my God, I did something wrong. Okay? Back to the layering. This time I'll just cut a piece right on the tray. All these little pieces that you tear off can be certainly used to patch up. And nobody's ever going to know once you cut into it with the spatula. So don't think you have to be perfect when you're making your lasagna, because that is not what we're after. We're after for a delicious dish that people are going to say, oh my God, this is like eating heaven, right? So I'm not going to go all the way up because we don't want it to overflow in the oven when it's baking. So I'm going to just do one more layer and I'm going to show you how to finish it off, okay? So this time we're going to do the grated. And we're going to get some more pasta. And when you're finishing off, you want to have a little bit of both, bechamel and bolognese sauce, okay? So you're going to just make sure that you get it spread nice and smooth. You don't want it to be too liquidy, I want you to notice the consistency of the bechamel. It's like a little bit of a thinner pudding, not too thick, not too watery. And that way it spreads nicely. And you know, bechamel, after you make it, as it cools, it does get thicker. So prior to you thinking you need to add more milk to it to thin it out, make sure you let it cool a little bit. And then we just put a little bit of meat sauce over it here like this. Spread it around. And you don't think that you are having to make it look absolutely perfect. It looks nice just the way it is. And we are going to finish off with our Parmigiano cheese. Now, what's important when you do your lasagna at home and you've finished creating this beautiful dish is that you take your pizza cutter or a knife and you make a couple of slits in your pan, because as it bakes, that pasta is going to create air bubbles underneath, and the pasta is going to lift a little bit, so at least it can release some of the air bubbles. And there you have it, guys. This is our wonderful traditional signature lasagna, and this is Pat from Pastificio.